motherfucker.
Everyone's asking the same question.
What?
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, what
Did
about...
we not talk about that on the podcast?
No, we
No,
didn't have a
talk
spare
about
minute.
He did it.
We don't have a movie podcast.
Hey,
y'all see Dark Knight? Batman did it.
He did it,
if you
y'all.
don't want things to be spoiled right now, you should probably not listen for a little bit.
Y'all got Bane.
Don't listen for a minute.
Yep, and we're going to start.
Brian, did you see it or what?
Kevin, if you're watching, look at the wall.
No, Kevin was with us.
Kevin saw it.
Did you see it, Brian?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
I saw it that morning.
It's on IMAX.
Hey, listen up,
So,
y'all.
Really?
It's not worth it.
Oh, really?
Well, because in San Diego we don't have a real IMAX theater.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you
one of
said
those.
Metreon.
well,
It's one of those fake IMAX theaters.
One good
Sony.
thing about the IMAX theater at Parkway Plaza was it was next door to my theater, and it fucking ruined my viewing.
Did it really?
Because every time there was a quiet moment in the movie, the fucking walls were vibrating. I told
Yeah,
them, I
they're
told
not
them
equipped
earlier,
for that.
but it was just like,
Yeah, Bruce, what if Rachel wrote a letter saying she chose Harvey?
Hey,
Mario Hotel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skrillex here?
yep.
Skrillex was playing
Hey,
a concert next door.
Hey, seriously, guys, I still don't know if Skrillex is a man or a woman.
No one knows.
That doesn't matter. It
It's like
is.
Pat.
You would just be privileged to be with it.
Even with the rumbling.
Skrillex is what happened. Whoa, Skrillex. That's it. I had a joke, but I was gonna run with Skrillex.
Yeah,
So,
Skrillex.
even with the rumbling walls and everything, did you enjoy the movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
I really liked it a lot.
I really enjoyed
I'm gonna
I-
go see it again.
I made plans
I'll
to
see
see it. I made plans to see it at like in the afternoon with these guys, and someone called me at 6 in the morning that morning.
Why?
I don't know. They thought I'd answer. They were stupid, and but it woke me up, and I'm already awake. I talked to Sean. He's gonna go see the movie. He couldn't go later, so he's gonna see it at 9 a.m. by himself. I said this will not stand.
Well, first of all, I don't really care. That
Oh,
you, like,
no, no,
see
no,
a
no.
movie by yourself is like a
I
sad
love
thing.
watching movies
I
by
don't give a
Oh,
shit.
I've done it 1,000 times.
Yeah,
but still.
Yeah, I get you.
The fact that I was awake and doing nothing
Yeah,
and
might
you're
as
doing
well,
that, it's like,
yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I saw it twice in one day. I committed to both. And after the first time, I was just very, man, I got to digest that. I don't know. And I couldn't be happier I saw it a second time. I just relaxed about everything. I wasn't like, oh, what are they going to do? I wasn't that anymore. I was just like seeing it for what it was worth. And really, really, really liked it.
I heard the second time makes it better.
It was much better.
You look like a weird DJ.
You
right now.
There it is.
You look like Mike Maldonado.
You look like a puppy playing in the virtual
I
Watch
feel like I
it.
liked it, but would like it less if I saw it again.
I'm
I don't
curious
know,
about
I
how I
didn't.
feel if I saw it a second time.
I really want to go see it a second
Hey,
time.
if you, you're gonna go with Mom. I want to go
Yeah, I
see it
wanna
a second
take my
time.
I'll go with Mom.
You want to go with my
I'm
mom?
off at 4:45.
Here's
Yeah.
my
Are
review.
you?
This is what I told them is the perfect review.
We could
of
all
Dark
take my
Knight.
mom.
Oh yeah.
I have a review that is unquestionably true and correct, 100% perfect review.
Go.
Dark Knight was great. Too long.
I don't agree.
No.
Long. It's fucking long.
Yeah, I got my money.
I didn't feel like it was remotely.
Garrett got his money's worth, so that confirms that the Dark Knight was long.
Yeah,
That
it
is
was,
true.
but not too long.
Technically and scientifically, yes, it was long, but I didn't feel like. I felt like it was. Holy shit! It's 7:30 when it was over. I was surprised.
Yeah.
But
I felt like it was super long. Also, I have a question.
Yep.
I don't pick up on details.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dumb, and I miss a lot of things.
Okay. I'm with you.
Here's a scenario.
I got you so far.
Here's a spoiler-filled scenario.
Okay.
Bane has the city on lockdown. With a nuclear bomb, he's got the trigger.
Yeah.
Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. Monitoring the bridges, watching the ocean. Batman, Bruce Wayne, is in a South American jail. And climbs out with a couple of cans strapped to his back. Cut to Bruce Wayne in Gotham City. How do you do it?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. To be fair, a lot of time passes in that movie. Like
Yeah.
months and months and months.
Right.
But then that still doesn't answer the question of how.
How did he get into
Yeah.
Gotham?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you know what? You raise another question. How long did it take him to get in?
Exactly. But it was
I
was
think,
months.
I think it tells you, but it's not like
I think
it's not like super explained.
here's what I
because
think. I think there's going to be a fourth movie, and it's entirely Bruce Wayne walking on foot from South America to Gotham.
Well,
It's not a prequel.
Kind of like Lord of the Rings.
Another movie happened within the movie of like, I was telling Rocco like, okay, so they sent those guys in to save this city. That didn't work. They were hung from the bridge, whatever. That was it. It was like, it's like essentially today, Chicago, no one can go to Chicago for 5 months because this terrorist group has like, it's like, we wouldn't do anything about that. Like we're just gonna be cool with Chicago being its own thing.
What could we? But the scenario is what can you do about it?
No, exactly.
There's a
That's
nuclear
exactly
weapon.
it. But like, what else are they gonna do? Try to like get this city back? And all I saw was that one thing. Like, I want to see more of. Like, I want to see what else you did.
I want to know what the nuclear fallout that occurs near Gotham.
Yeah, right.
Because it's a nuclear bomb, and all you did was take it over some water.
Bruce Wayne should have got this shirt from the game that said, I was drugged and left for dead in Mexico, and all I got was this shirt.
That's what he should have
If he's
done.
wearing that
Yes.
when he shows up behind Anne Hathaway,
That'd be cool.
inexplicably infiltrating a city that is under lock and key, under threat of nuclear warfare, I would have accepted it. But now, I'm just confused.
I'm sure he had some sort of underground way to get into Gotham. I mean, to me, sorry to cut you off, Roger.
Oh.
To me, it's like, remember in the season finale of Lost where Ben has a tree fall on him, and then the next time you see Ben, he's not under that tree anymore?
Yeah.
I don't remember that
Yeah,
at all.
in the final one.
I remember that.
It's one of those things where I think it's like, if we dwell on this,
Yeah.
I don't know if it works with the rest of the movie. So we're just gonna let you just go, hey, I'm sure he figured out some way to get back in. I mean, he's fucking Batman.
This is what I think happened. And I know some people out there are going to love this, some people are out there going to hate it.
Okay.
I think Bruce Wayne knows Superman. I think he called him up on the phone.
Yeah.
Said,
Just get me in. Don't help.
We've had our fucking differences in the past. I need a fucking super favor from a super friend.
That's what exactly
Don't help
what it
me
said.
stop this bomb.
You
favor.
are so
Yeah,
fast and
just one
powerful. I suck. I said it. I suck. You rule. I need your help.
Super favors.
Get me into Gotham. And fucking Superman flew him in there at the faster than the speed of light, and Bane could not even see it happen. Dropped him off right behind Anne Hathaway. Took off. Superman was in the movie.
I want to see that.
That's
though.
my theory.
Hey,
Would
yeah.
have been better, you know?
Mike, can we get like a prequel where it's just that little subplot?
no, the next movie is the whole story, how he
That-
got from jail
See,
to
that's
Gotham.
cool. That's cool.
Do you have any other like legitimate gripes with the movie? Because I thought it was paced pretty well, except the very beginning of that movie. I felt like I couldn't catch my fucking breath. They introduce you to so many characters, so many scenarios. What's been happening?
I loved that, and I felt
Yeah,
that
me too.
rest. I don't agree that the movie was paced well.
Really?
But here's the thing: I liked the movie. It was good.
Uh-huh.
I just don't think it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
I agree.
Well,
It's
Yeah.
definitely overhyped.
Yeah.
And,
before it came out, it was overhyped.
yeah, but I avoided all that. Like I said to these guys,
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Me too.
Catwoman was in the movie until I went to see the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
I saw a cardboard cutout of Anne Hathaway in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. And I
I-
really loved
more.
every scene with Batman in the suit, but I felt like those were too far.
And
Too
well,
few
he-
and far
he-
between.
I agree.
But
I absolutely agree with
He
you.
was probably Batman for maybe half an hour, that 2 hour.
And I just felt, personally, I liked the movie because I like dark movies. I like slow movies. But my one complaint about this Batman movie was it could have been more fun for the audience. The audience could have had a
Yeah.
better time. Because when he was Batman just fighting Bane, fighting criminals, that's fun to watch.
Yeah,
And
it
you're
really
just going
was.
That all happened very quickly.
like Batman
Yeah.
gives you chills,
I'm
and
with
you're
you.
like,
Yeah.
Batman is so fucking cool. I fucking love Batman. And then there's a lot of Bruce Wayne feeling sad,
Yeah.
which I don't dislike.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
it just keeps like, yeah, Bruce Wayne is really sad. Fucking cheer up, man.
Yeah, you're saying shift the ratio a
Yeah,
little bit.
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think that would've made it worse.
It could have been more fun.
But the ride that the movie took me on, that third act, I
much
thought
fun.
that third act was so well done.
Rocco said it perfectly when the movie was over. He's like, well, I can play breathing him for the first time in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of that movie, I was like on the edge of my
Me
seat.
too. I was like, dude,
Here's another how did Batman get into Gotham type question I had.
Uh-huh.
Why? Now I think they did try to explain this in the movie, and I'm I think I got the explanation. I just didn't buy it or swallow it. All of Bane's henchmen, all 1,000 of those guys are just totally cool with the idea of,
I agree. Yeah.
yeah, we're just going to blow ourselves up.
I wish they would have
Fuck
done
Gotham.
They were the League of Shadows.
They were the
that's
League
what
of Shadows. Yeah.
All those guys were the League of
Yeah.
Shadows?
Yeah. They were
Because-
they would all die for the cause.
I feel like the motivations to terrorize the city were extremely weak. Other than...
Really?
No,
you don't
but
think,
that was why they were all there.
But
to
you don't think it
reduce them
pays
to-
off in the end where the Talia al Ghul thing is revealed? You don't think that comes back and solidifies the motivations for what everyone's doing?
No, because in what other instance of Batman is the League of Shadows have that much presence and it's just unquestioned?
Well, he talked about it in the first movie that they infiltrate every.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
society reaches their peak,
That was
there's
the,
enough
that
of
was
them.
that
to
was
bring
the
it
whole
down.
first movie.
In the first movie, they did it subvertly. They weren't there like they were in the third movie. It's like a flip flop. In the first movie, they were in government, they were in the police, they were in everything.
Yeah.
They had corrupted that city totally, and they were bringing it down until the Waynes were killed, and then that made the people go, no, we can't. Like, look at these people, they died. We can't let their death be in vain, and so that gave them like that kickstart. Now in this movie, it was like, well, that didn't work, so we're just going to go in full force.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
With the
even
entire
and
league.
even to add to that, in the first movie, they talk about how they started small.
Yeah.
Because even that he talks about because they always talk about the depression, the Gotham depression that happened, and he even says in the first movie, we tried to just do it economically to
Yeah.
bring this all down. That
Exactly.
didn't
Yeah.
work, so then we had to escalate. Because everything has to escalate if it doesn't, whatever.
Yeah.
So now we're subverting, and then this was level 3. This was the,
I called the Talia al Ghul reveal months ago when I heard that actress was in the movie. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
Talia al Ghul. Then I started watching the movie, and I went, well, I guess I was wrong. She's not
Yeah,
Talia al Ghul.
they did a
And
good
then
job.
she was Talia al Ghul,
That was really
and I
good.
think I went like this.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
I knew.
He like visually like jumped
shouted.
forward
Oh,
and shit.
I was so excited. I went, that's the fucking perfect. That was like the perfect.
Oh,
thing to do.
I did not see.
No, I didn't see it coming.
I saw the Robin thing coming like a fucking mile away.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But-
I thought it was so cool. But I did not
Yeah,
see
I
the
didn't.
story.
I don't know. I don't know.
Really?
I knew that he was going to be, he's with Batman, and Batman's, or Bruce is talking about, man, all I wanted, like, Batman could be anybody. I wanted to inspire people and da-da-da. And I knew, they're like, this guy's going to, like,
They're leading
replace
up,
him or
right,
something.
yeah.
But I didn't think they would actually give a little fan nod, like, oh, hey, Rob,
yeah.
And I do, there were some people that were bothered by that was a little blatant, but to me, that's just a nod. It wasn't like he actually became Robin at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It was just a little joke. Like, oh, hey, you should go by Robin. Oh, okay. And then he goes to the next one, and that was it.
But it was cool the way they showed him getting like the core, like Bruce was leading him to the back end
Yeah.
so he could discover, and then it just ends on the.
Yeah.
And what I was telling
don't need to
Sean,
see him in
what
the
I was
costume
telling
or
Sean, what was really stronger to me the second time I saw it was that movie.
The motif.
Yeah, well, that entire movie, you see, almost the majority of it is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character doing things that Batman would do, and that whole movie, he is basically Robin,
Yeah.
but not in costume.
Yeah.
And that goes so much stronger having him not be in costume,
Yeah.
because all Batman wanted when he started, he just was like, he says in the first movie, I want to inspire, and he even reminisces on that in this one. I wanted to inspire people. I wanted to tell anyone that anybody could be Batman, and it didn't really work. And here you saw in this movie a regular Joe who was even less fortunate than Bruce ever was.
Yeah.
You see him just through the power of being good to all the people around him, giving hope when there wasn't any, and just trying to be good to, all the kids around him. Hey, don't say that to them. Like, let's try, just looking out for his fellow man.
Yeah.
He goes as far as Batman in that movie without being in a costume, and that was a lot stronger. The second time I saw it, I was like, "Wow, that couldn't have bookended this better." That happened, whatever.
How
Anyway,
did Bruce Wayne lead him to the Batcave? Did I miss that
He
part?
gave the end where he has like coordinates and like.
I missed it the first time. First time
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
when he got the
Hey,
back. I just didn't.
Hey,
no.
we all take different things, I didn't get that.
My favorite fan nod in that whole movie was after Commissioner Gordon gets shot and is found in the sewer, and just
Oh, yeah.
they were asking him if he saw any giant alligators.
Yeah.
And I went, ha ha, and nobody else in the theater.
Hey,
I
the
like
Killer Croc thing was way over my head.
Really?
Yeah, did not get that.
Nobody else in the theater got that.
And I know I loved that character in animated series.
That was right on the line of, was that a reference to that or not? And they had the same thing in the second movie. Will this protect me against dogs? What? You know, like a big dog. It'll protect you against a cat. And everyone was like, was that a Catwoman joke?
Yep.
I don't know. There's been one of those in like every movie.
I thought having Jonathan Crane come back was kind of
That
cool.
was
Yeah.
I didn't love it because I feel like that is going to leave people going, well, why didn't other characters come back? Where are the other characters? What about all these other people?
Well, I personally, I was talking to Rock about this.
Oh, yeah. So we
I kind
talked
of
about
felt
this.
like in a perfect world, that would have been the Joker doing that. That seems like the Joker.
Does it not feel like that would have been
Wearing
the
like the
Joker's role?
judges.
I don't think so.
Because
in the animated series,
in the animated series, he literally does that.
Yeah.
They have all the shit stacked up, and he's the judge. And I felt like that was for him.
Wow, that makes a lot of fucking sense.
Just because of that connection is why I felt like, they would have had it.
Do you guys know at the end when Gordon's reading from that book? Do you know what book he's reading from?
No.
He's reading from A Tale of Two Cities, which is about the French Revolution, which is essentially what happened to Gotham when they took it down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's a lot. They had those kinds of like mock courts or whatever you would call it, and trials like that.
I had no idea.
And it's actually really cool that Nolan used the French Revolution as like the framing for how Gotham became.
Yeah.
Because I thought that gave it that sense of realism of how people would react in that kind of cataclysm.
The thing that I think you thought I was going to say this and you started to talk about it was that also the second time I noticed that the using the word motif of rising was in that movie 1,000 times. I didn't catch it till the second time, of them coming out of the plane in that beginning, about obviously coming out of the prison, of the manhole, out of every scene in that movie was the rise of something, and it was like, oh wow, that was every scene.
Even looking at the poster, it's just like the cityscape. It's just like all the buildings crumbling, but just the bat, whatever. That's like the same exact shot as like him looking up at the prison. It's fucking cool.
And that to me, that prison, and I think other people probably got this reference, but I mean, there's something that they use in Batman in the DC universe called the Lazarus Pit. And that was the Lazarus Pit. That was him dying and needing to rise out of the Lazarus Pit, reborn, and like changed. Because in the comic book, the Lazarus Pit is something that will heal you, but it'll change you forever. It's something about you will be different. It's not.
I think you might be reaching. I get what you're saying, but I don't know if it's.
I can see that though.
I took it as that because he fell down there almost dead, completely broken, and came out like he didn't fear death. He didn't have like a grasp on anything. He had lost everything, and when he came out, I felt like he had become a different person. And this is something that I noticed at the end of the movie that I need to go back and check. In the previous two movies, do you know if they credit Christian Bale as Batman / Bruce Wayne or just Batman, or did they credit him just as Bruce Wayne? Because in this movie, it was just Bruce Wayne, which normally they don't do.
I didn't think about that.
They always do, like in any superhero movie.
It's always
Steve Rogers, Captain America. Iron Man, Tony Stark. It's always both things that they play. And this is why when you were talking about like, I felt like there wasn't enough Batman in this.
Yeah.
I know this movie's about Batman, like I get that, but it's also all these, it's that idea that Batman is more than just a man, he's an idea.
He's a bat.
Hey, real quick, Brian, I'm sorry. People are going to want to hear that, but this fucking crashed again.
Bummer.
Okay, we got it.
I don't know what's going on, like...
It was the only movie that just credited him as Bruce Wayne, according to the doctor.
Does this happen when you do the streams of the games?
No.
Like, what
is
the
it
fuck
a
is
lot
the
of people
problem?
watching it or something, or?
I don't know.
What are you trying to say?
Nobody gives a shit about your games.
I hope that was it. That was what are you trying to? Sean's really trying to figure it out. Like,
I don't get, like, it just goes
I don't know.
black.
You know what though? I use Adobe Media
Encoder. I wonder if it's the program.
I use Adobe Media Encoder Live. I don't use.
Let's do something else. Let's try something else next week.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like nothing ever works.
What's this one called? XSplit?
Yeah.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I mean, it's
gonna expire soon anyway.
Hey, if anybody out there knows why the stream just turns black, I don't know. Can't figure it out. Everyone's like, is this their first podcast?
Are we back?
We're
This
back
is our
now.
first ever podcast.
Anyway, Brian, do you want to kind of...
Okay. I don't know where you guys left off from.
That we can't do it.
But I don't remember us doing it like before.
Anytime we do it on Sundays, it does it.
I like it. I thought it was scored really well, but like Bane's voice thing, like we're gonna get a College Humor video this week about Bane's voice versus Batman's voice, right?
Yeah, you said that as soon as we left the theater. It's like, when's that skit coming?
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be it.
I'm glad that this movie had Batman screaming, "Where is blank?"
Yeah, just good. Keep that going.
Did you have a good laugh when that happened? Because I had just watched The Dark Knight, and when he's asking for, like, where's Rachel?
Yeah.
Where is she?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's famous and really funny to people, and I'm glad that they replicated that.
They did it again.
Where's the trigger?
Yes.
That chick that played Talia al Ghul is so hot.
Marion
Oh,
Cotillard.
what else is she in? I was trying
Inception.
to think.
She was in Inception.
She was in Inception.
She was
in something
also
else?
in Big Fish. She was.
Wow.
She was. She was in all these things, and you're right, but I feel like there's something that I've seen her in recently
Yeah.
that was not either of those.
Yeah,
Like
I
something
agree.
very serious.
God, she's so hot though. Like it's incredible.
She's got that voice.
Hot voice?
No, like un-American.
Oh,
Oh,
Hot?
that's true.
Yeah. No, un-American.
oh, sorry. But all in all, that's what we thought about the movie.
Midnight in
Uh,
Paris.
hey,
She
I-
was in Midnight in Paris. That's right.
What I want to say though, what I appreciated the most out of that movie and how it all ended was that so many people went into the movie, just the way they promoted it and the way people just speculated and all that stuff, thinking, wow, I think Batman's gotta like die in this one. Yeah, I wonder if Batman's gonna die. That was the big
That's me and
whatever.
Me and Brian
Yeah.
came to that conclusion. There's no way he doesn't die.
Yeah. And I have to say, kudos that they made a movie that basically the message of it was, that's not the ultimate thing. And you can't justify an empty life by acting like a martyr.
Yeah.
And that movie went to great lengths to show that, and that was the point I got out of it, and I think that that's great. Because for so many people, that's the ultimate, oh man, even in the movie he goes, I haven't given them everything yet! And it's like, because you're going to die, and the fact that they went to show you can do better things than die.
Yep.
And that's not, even going back to when I would watch The Sopranos, and the creator of the show would talk about in the commentary how, yeah, I got shit for this episode because no one died. Because that is the most interesting thing you could do. And that used to always make me laugh. And this just extended that to me. It's like, it's saying, hey, no, better things can happen, and that's not the end-all, be-all. Let's move on from that. And I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was a good. I thought all in all, good end to a trilogy.
Yeah.
Fun movie that I really enjoyed.
The fact that it had a third movie that was decent, and we ended a trilogy, and the trilogy worked,
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier.
So that's good. So good job, Batman.
Now, when are they going to reboot it?
Yeah, so I was saying, so when it was over, Eric was like, well, that was good, right? And you're like, yeah. And I was telling him in the theater, Christian Bale had an interview where he's like, it's going to be weird because I'm going to have to see someone else play Batman. You know, someone else play that role, you know, it's going to be really weird. And they were like, really? That's going to happen? And he's like, oh, they have plans to quickly reboot this. So good luck with that.
I hope they do. Do it.
Get to it, hopefully next year.
Yeah, I dare you. Please
So
do
get
it.
right on that. That's going to be real good.
Make it shorter than these ones.
Have Joel Schumacher do it again.
He already
Why not?
did it.
You do it. Do some more.
But I was just talking, I don't remember who I was talking about with, but if you heard the reboot was directed by Tim Burton and Michael Keaton came back, would you see it?
No.
I would absolutely go see it.
No, because I don't like any of those movies.
You don't
I
like the second one?
No, I don't like any of them.
I really like the second
Oh,
one.
second one's
The first one is decent, but it's aged a little bit, but whatever. But I like the second one a lot. But nobody in that group is good anymore at all. But that would just be such a
Why
circus
are
to
you
me. I'd
shitting
have to
on
see
Michael
it.
Keaton?
Well, I don't know. He's just not doing anything. I mean, I'm sure he's still
Okay.
good.
It's not doing anything.
Come back.
Well,
Come back to us,
I
Michael
was
Keaton.
referring more to Tim Burton's crew of filmmakers.
Come back, Michael Keaton.
Because you
Come
know
back to
Gotham
us.
would all be green screen now.
Yep.
Anyway, Tim Burton is doing another grimdark kids movie. What's that?
Shut up.
What
Whoever
is-
wrote that,
what
shut
is
up.
that?
Why do you even fucking know that, you loser?
What
Hey,
is-
we love our fans. We're really appreciative of anybody who watches Mega64.
You take Skype?
What's grimdark?
I don't know.
All right.
What?
So
Good.
Someone said, why did Dark Knight Rises set up a sequel if there isn't going to be one?
I don't think it's set up.
And I
Did
think
it?
that's kind of foolish if you
Did
think.
it set up a sequel?
Because Joe Gorlev, first of all, the sequel is coming. How the fuck did Batman get across the border without his fucking passport?
Yeah.
Did he infiltrate
That's coming.
the
Especially-
U.S.-Mexican border?
Especially when he didn't have any money. They established that earlier.
So Batman's like fucking busting flips over that fence. He's out running ATVs with Border Patrol, chasing them, drop kicking Border Patrol off their ATVs, confiscating those, fucking riding through the hills, crossing the Rio Grande on fucking back of a dolphin. Grande. That's the fourth movie. The fifth movie is the story of Joseph Gorlev. He is Robin / Nightwing, everybody's favorite. Who's the villain?
Everybody's favorite.
Garrett liked that one.
The villain, okay, if they could do Scarface versus Nightwing, that's the warm-up. Scarface versus Nightwing is the warm-up. Movie 6, Nightwing versus Killer Croc. Oh, badass fistfights. Movie 7, the be-all, end-all. That's right.
What is it?
Zoom in on me. Zoom in on me as I think of the villain.
Zoom in
Yeah.
on him
Right.
and
Is
Dink-ass
it
Duck.
Nightwing versus someone?
It's Nightwing
It
versus
is-
Dink-ass Duck.
It's Nightwing versus
Batman.
that guy who makes cyborg clones of Bruce Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. It's a tough fight.
That guy.
That guy.
Because I don't remember that guy's name. Hey, chat. It's not fucking Alfred. Come on.
I'm pretty sure it's helpful.
Alfred. Hey, chat. Who makes the cyborg Bruce Wayne? What's that doctor's name?
What that guy named?
Hardak? Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Hardak, remember?
it's Hardak. It's Nightwing versus
Wasn't that the
Hardak.
computer?
Yeah.
MODOK?
And
Yeah, MODOK.
he's gonna fight Cyber Bruce Wayne, who has
Cyber
Wayne,
Bruce.
who has all the memories
Cyber-
of real Bruce Wayne.
Ninja Bruce?
And they're gonna have to bring analog Bruce Wayne
Wow.
out of retirement.
Again.
In the 7th movie, he comes out of retirement, and this is the best part. Secretly, the 7th movie.
What is...
Back to me.
Yeah.
I finished my thought.
Okay.
Secretly, the 7th movie is Batman Beyond.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Hey, that shot was really good, Garrett. That was excellent.
Thank you.
Our Skype name
All
is
these good ideas.
Mega64
All these
Podcast.
good ideas are flowing.
What are you doing in this warehouse? You should be in
Yeah, what
Hollywood.
are you doing?
What am I wasting my ideas on YouTube brownies for?
Sorry.
6 years.
I want to say real quick, I knew I was going to get this email or comment when we talked about Dark Knight.
Oh no.
From Kevin G.
Okay. What's that?
Rocco, I thought you hated it when superheroes don't suit up enough. Your only complaint about Iron Man 2 was that he wasn't Iron Man enough. Bruce Wayne was Batman less in Dark Knight Rises than Tony Stark was in Iron Man 2. Yeah, and I think I said this then, but let me make it clear. Bruce Wayne's a good character.
Yeah.
No, it's the context of which it is, and I knew I was going to get that. But just me personally, the only reason I see Iron Man is for cool
Iron Man.
shit that Iron Man does, because I really like Robert Downey Jr. I think he does a good job as Tony Stark, but their dialogue throughout Iron Man 2 was snarky bullshit, and if you think any of it was as heavy as deep as anything in Bruce Wayne's character or The Dark Knight Rises or anything, like, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, they just haven't shown that Iron Man, Tony Stark by himself, can do anything.
Tony Stark by himself went to parties in Iron Man 2. I mean, that's it. You know that, right? Like, he went to parties. So that's a little bit different. Anyway, I knew I was going to get that comment. But, anyway.
How come Bruce Wayne didn't know it was Talia al Ghul when he fucked her?
Why would
She
he know?
keeps it a secret.
Remember he saw...
Okay, here's the thing. A woman can fucking lie to you, but not not her vagina.
Well, it doesn't talk to him and say, "Hey, Batman, I'm Talia al Ghul."
No, vaginas don't talk.
Oh.
Fucking idiot.
Remember when he's laying with her and he sees that scar?
Oh.
I thought that was interesting, and someone brought up a
Thank
good
you.
Someone brought up a good
Thank
point,
you.
and I thought
I
this
didn't
was
notice
interesting.
that.
It makes me want to go watch the first one.
he looks-
Because remember when he goes through the crowd of all his people?
Yeah.
To make himself blend in, he nicks everyone.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if she was one of them.
Oh.
What else? What else was that little? You know? Man, that looks so good. I wish I
He-
Oh,
Okay,
whoa.
let's-
What is that
Okay,
called?
here's the thing.
California with Pollo.
You
Listen,
can get it with Pollo?
I'm gonna run out
Is
to get
that
something to
healthier
eat.
than-
Hey, it's good. It's good.
I'm thinking about running out to get something to eat, but I only have $5, so I'm gonna buy a pack of cigarettes instead.
Yeah. Well, it'll last you longer. It'll tide you over. longer.
$5 will buy you a pack of cigarettes.
No, you need 6.
Is that how much a pack of cigarettes is?
Well, he's
How
got
much is
5.
that
He'll just
cigarette?
ask for quarters out in front.
Depending, I mean, you could get some like
It's like $6.
cools for. Like
Yeah, but like
$4.50.
normal, like normal, whatever.
I'd say anywhere between $5 and $7.
Marlboro Reds
I like
are gonna
my
be like
answer.
$6.50.
What's that?
6.
Upwards of 30.
Mostly,
up to
mostly
30.
7.
Up to 6.
Up to 6.
I like my answer.
6.
So that's
So yeah, when
California
his dick
burrito
was
with
in her,
pollo.
he should have known, and I think that's a plot hole.
is it healthier?
Yeah.
People are saying in the chat that the scar was probably from the jail. That's
I don't know,
probably
I want
true.
to get one, but I feel guilty.
But I like to reach.
No.
I'll go with you.
It was probably from the jail.
Could have been from the jail.
Hey, no. I think she fell off her bike as a little girl. It's probably from
And
that.
it broke a lot of skin,
Yeah,
including.
so if you disagree, you're wrong. Fuck off.
If you disagree,
You're wrong. Fuck off.
Yeah, why would your answer say it's probably from the jail? That's not suggested in the movie.
Yeah, you're jumping to conclusions here, Buster.
It was probably when she talked to Bruce Wayne about that reactor for the first time. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, bitch, and he pushed her,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hit her
I'm gonna get
shoulder
real
against the
dark
wall.
with this. It's probably from the first time she laid with a man and he cut her and did it there and then did the other one.
Yeah, because legal.
It was probably just Bruce Wayne's fingernails.
Yeah.
Is that what they do in Lebanon?
I don't know. I just
His
put it up in
bat,
my
because he
head.
probably wore the gloves.
Yeah,
Claws.
Talia al Ghul,
I like that.
here's the real answer, is a cutter.
Oh,
A attention
that
whore.
makes sense.
Oh, she is a woman.
And
She
Bruce
So
Wayne,
let the
in case you
pain.
idiots, in case you know nothing movie buff wannabes missed this, Bruce Wayne saw the scar and thought to himself, oh, this chick wants me to ask her what happened. But I'm not fucking gonna play that
Yeah.
game.
Is that it?
Grow up. That's what he said.
He said that to her when they laid down.
Yeah,
Is that-
he said, oh, this bitch is a cutter. Well, I'm a gambling man. I'm a gamble. She does anal. And those are two unrelated things, but yet somehow I'm always right.
Yeah.
Wait, he did anal with Talia al Ghul
Yeah.
in that
She asked
scene?
for it by name.
Don't you remember?
She did?
Here's, at the end of that scene, they lay back down together, and if you notice, if you look closely, her back end is facing his front end.
Yeah.
Easy.
She asked for Talia al Ghul.
Bury it.
She had him bury it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to venture into the League of Shadows. Complete. I was gonna say her father's work, but that didn't make sense.
Mega64 Podcast is our Skype.
Thank you,
Front page.
Twitch.
Run
We
the front
do
page.
like
Front page
Twitch.
of Twitch.
Yeah. Off-topic question. Did you guys see the Dark Knight Rises?
Yes.
I've been looking for someone to talk about this. What was your guys' opinion on the trilogy?
Anyone listening right now who has not watched the movie, there will probably be some sort of spoilers here, so don't listen for the next maybe 10 minutes.
We'll wave our arms in the air like this when we're done. But I thought it was great.
It's really good.
I thought it was personally. I thought it was the best of the trilogy, just because I could. I don't know. Every time Bane was on screen, I loved the character because he was a brute, but he had this intelligence to him that just made him the perfect villain to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first Batman villain to truly be, at least in the movies, hit like Batman's physical superior. So that was really cool for me, and just the treatment of the character itself. Typically, I mean, if you have any concept of of the comics or anything, you know how Bane is. He's like
Yeah.
a huge idiot who's just all about like put that venom in him and he just goes. "Argh." He essentially just like the Hulk but not as powerful. And the fact that he wasn't that in this one and was actually like a living, breathing, thinking character.
Because he was really smart in the movie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was like the thing. Anytime he spoke, I was like, "Please continue talking."
Oh, I know the voice they got for that is amazing.
Was that also Tom Hardy?
I don't think so. I think I read on the Wikipedia page that they changed the voice to make it more intimidating, and I think it worked really well.
Yeah, but I think
it's still what, because I remember he was talking about the inspiration he used for his voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you use?
But I don't know if that was when he.
No, I think it's still him.
Yeah, I mean the fact that that's Tom Hardy at all.
Yeah.
Like my brother was like, "Yeah, Tom Hardy from Inception." Oh. And you had to look up a picture. I'm like, "Oh, that guy."
Yeah.
And the only picture that showed it was when he was Bronson, and you're like, oh, "Okay, I can see it." But still, total transformation.
I feel like
No, I didn't know it was Tom Hardy until they showed like a flashback of him without his mask. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Tom Hardy.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to just watch all of Christopher Nolan's movies like over the next week or something.
The box set just came out.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't have
It doesn't have the new one.
It doesn't have.
It doesn't have-
Hey,
it
let me just.
doesn't have one of the best.
Pardon my language. Doesn't have the fucking prestige in it.
Fuck it.
Then the box set's useless.
Wait. I can understand it not having the
Yeah.
Batman movies because that's their own thing.
Yeah.
The Prestige is like
The
one of his
hey,
best
the Prestige
movies.
is personally one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years, and
Yeah.
to not include that,
It's awesome.
and it's not like that's some old forgotten thing he did. That's an incredible movie.
Wasn't it up for an Oscar?
I don't know about that.
I thought it was up for an Oscar.
Inception was.
Hey, Inception was a movie I thought I could only watch once because I'm like, all right, I know what happens. Were you there? I think you might have been there when Eric put it on TV, and we just sat down and went, "Oh man, we just watched the whole
thing.
movie." It was like the last half of it, which is still like a good hour, and it was like, oh, we just meant to kind of like, oh, look at Inception, still enthralling and fun to watch movie. The last hour of that movie is just gripping the seats.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I like it.
I
Like that.
Anyway, but we like The Dark Knight. We don't need to spoil anymore, do we?
I thought the fight scenes were really well done.
Yeah, the Batman fighting Bane.
No, we're not done.
Oh God.
When people in the chat say we're done talking about it, we're not done.
Not done.
Our arms have not waved. No, the one, I thought it was cool to see Batman out in the daylight. I thought that was cool because you could see the suit and it looked awesome.
Yeah.
Two, the choreography between the Bane and Batman fights, both of them were really cool to watch. I wish they would have done more with that, but I guess, I mean, what more can you do?
Yeah.
How many exchanges can you have?
It was wicked. It was wicked when Bane was kind of beating on him.
Yeah.
Down
That
like
part-
down in the sewer. and
The
it's all-
part when he does
Oh,
that
yeah.
spin around, boom!
Yeah.
You feel that. It was just like, it was just so, the way that was shot and executed was perfect. Just boom! Batman doesn't even go, ugh! It's just, I mean, it's just a I can't word things properly.
Between the rock and
But
hard place.
that's what I was going to say, and that doesn't make sense. It was just brutal. Anyway.
I love at the end of that fight scene where like they break half of his mask off and Bane just carries it away with him. I just thought that looked awesome.
Yeah.
Not to mention the whole battle scene at the end against the cops and Bane and his whole little militia thing. I thought that was really cool.
Good
And
ass
luckily,
flick.
It is.
Want to see it again?
but
Until the
thanks for taking my call, guys.
comes out.
Yeah, thank
'Cause I haven't
you.
bought any of those movies yet.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm like, hey, is that going to come out in a box set? Because I'll buy it twice.
Just release the trilogy box set.
I
I mean,
mean,
you know they will. The smartest thing they could do is get that out at Christmas.
Yeah.
But the thing for me is like, what are they going to release in a box set that I don't? already have or don't want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't own any of the special editions of that movie because for that movie, it's like, yeah, I just care about the movie here. Like, I don't need the making of that movie or super, like, in-depth stuff unless it's like 30 minutes of unreleased footage. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Throw that in there. But, like, other than that, I say you're good where you are if you just release the third one. I don't know.
It depends on what, for me, it depends on what the movie is. There's some movies that I want a ton of extra stuff. Like Inception I did, and that Blu-ray had like 2 things on it. It was like, here's a train, we got a train, the end.
I never watched that.
But
Blu-ray.
there was like just enough on like The Dark Knight and
Yeah.
stuff. That was really cool.
The Lord of the Rings ones, I could watch that like
Yeah.
hours. And I have. The ones on the 2 towers, I watched, they did all the sound mixing. Man, there's a lot of work that goes into that movie.
Yep.
So much work. And one thing I have to say about that is they couldn't find a recording studio that wasn't near an airport. That was the one thing that stood out to me from the 2 towers special features was they're like, yeah, and every 30 minutes you'd have to stop because the plane was going overhead. That is the only recording studio you can find.
It's a good place to start a recording studio too.
Huh?
It's a good place to like establish a recording studio too.
Did one come after the other? Like, was there a recording studio then in airport? Like, how did that happen? Why
Yeah, really.
Like, the one thing you need is clean audio and you can have planes. That's a problem we have here because we're in a friggin' warehouse. I don't know.
Yeah, it's goofy.
It's silly shit.
Done with spoilers
Yeah,
then?
spoilers are over.
All right, spoilers are over.
I didn't even think we talked about any storyline there.
No, but still.
All right, well, hey.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, I know that you just said that you're done with spoilers, but I had a question about Catwoman, actually. I was thinking about her character, and...
Okay. Hold on, everybody. We're doing spoilers again.
Spoilers.
Okay.
Starting
Mute it.
now.
Okay.
Okay, I was... when I saw the movie, I kind of felt myself feeling like it was really juggling between all these characters that I kind of cared about, but what I really wanted was more Batman and more character development with Batman. And I was wondering if you actually felt like the Catwoman really added something to the film, because I came away not thinking that, I believe.
I disagree. That was the thing eluding him. She had the same kind of mystery he had. They didn't dwell on it a long time in the movie, but you're kind of left going like, hey, she's giving you every out to get out of what you're doing, and you're not doing it. Okay, so be it. And then she's not really, I mean, she's not in it a ton compared to other things in the movie.
She's in
and
it
then
just enough.
She's the reward at the end,
Yeah.
kind of, for him, And so I really like that.
She was a person with different means and different... So what I'm looking for, fucking 2 a.m., I'm sorry. I mean, it's how Batman would have been if he were less fortunate. If he didn't have money and he couldn't rely on that. It was like, you do what you have to survive, and she had nothing, and she had the same sort of story, and all she wanted was that clean start. She didn't want to be that criminal, just like Bruce Wayne didn't want to continue to be, burdened by needing to be Batman.
Yeah.
And
they all had their addictions.
Yeah.
Even Bane, which I thought was really cool. It kind of occurred to me the second time I saw it, that Bane's got a mask that covers right here, and that's his addiction. And Bruce Wayne has a mask, the opposite, and that's kind of his.
I didn't even think
And that was kind of a recurring thing. Having Bane was appropriate for the movie because it was these characters that all have a thing that they can't give up.
Yeah.
And
now that's one thing that I was a little confused on.
Mhm.
Maybe I just
I got it, and maybe I thought there was more to it. I don't know. But with Bane and his mask, what was it doing? They said something about it like,
Wasn't he addicted to morphine?
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Like, kept the pain away. Yeah.
I think in the comics it was a bit different, but in the
Oh,
movie,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean that was like stuff making him big, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He just wore a mask because everybody wears a mask in the comic books.
Yeah.
But the thing he had was that he would be injected with
Yeah,
some serum
yeah.
or whatever.
I remember there's an episode of Batman the Animated Series where Batman fights him and pulls those tubes out.
Yeah.
And I remember it was real wicked because it what am I, you know, sometimes in like Ren and Stimpy they do those close-ups that were real like real just gruesome.
Yeah.
They did one of him going ah! Like he couldn't take that whatever, and I remember that always stuck with me. Like, well, that was like extreme.
Yeah. So they made him addicted to morphine. That was like his punishment, and then
He was brutalized down there and could barely handle the suffering he went through, and then they gave him that and he became addicted to it. Yeah, and he keeps it.
Okay.
So it was a little more of a real world answer to a comic book thing.
Which,
I guess,
hey,
you know?
that's what I thought, but I thought maybe
Yeah.
there was something on a level out
Yeah.
about it that I missed. But
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. That was like how he was.
Yeah.
yeah. I also, my friend brought this up after the movie. Actually, he felt that the socio-political implications of like having the cops play such a large role and how they kind of just come off as, you know, they're protecting the people, and he said that he felt that Nolan really like hit the viewer over the head with it, and he felt that was kind of corny, and he didn't really think that added much to the movie, and it sort of took away from Batman. I don't know if you guys felt the same way, or you even thought about that.
There you go.
Oh,
See, that was the
shit.
shot. Sorry, I was looking at that link. What was the question?
I have no idea.
that went past us.
I'm sorry, I spaced out. So socioeconomic implications.
Okay, no.
of the piece.
Well, basically, he just said that, you know, the cops are like large. They play a huge role in the movie, and they just come across as like acting as the good guys. And he felt like Nolan really hit the viewer over the head with like the cops being like heroes too, and he sort of felt like that was taking kind of like a socio-political stance that was unnecessary.
I didn't feel that at all. I think that the cops aren't made heroes. The cops are the people who put the Dent Act in place because they lied about who Harvey Dent ended up being.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that goes back to something I said earlier about the movie taking a lot of cues from the French Revolution. Like the establishment was like all fucked, and the people were rising against it, and the police had to suffer as much as everybody else to find themselves down in that hole. Like they were screwed more than anyone down there, and they weren't made the heroes. I think in this movie it was really about making the people the heroes.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I would point to that one scene where, you know, it starts off with the torn American flags, and then it cuts to the police officer who had been like the coward the whole time, and then all of a sudden he's leading the charge with all these other cops and against the Bane terrorists. Whatever.
Yeah, that would be the redemption part of the movie. I mean, so of course that's going to give you that heroic image of, you know, beaten down to nothing, and then I mean that's the whole movie was rising up. After being beaten down, when you have nothing, that you rise to you know, be a better or more benevolent thing than you were before. So I mean, that guy was a coward. He was a wuss, and when it came down to really fighting for his city, that guy put his life on the line. He put on his stripes and went out there and defended his city. So, I mean, I can kind of see what he's saying, but I mean, I don't think I really felt like he beat you. I don't at least feel like it was beaten over my head about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Good night.
Good night.